Greetings, Patreon! Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Those of you that follow me on YouTube may see something a little bit different here. Patreon is a little more focused, not as fun. This is a value exchange here on Patreon. Not that there isn't a value exchange on YouTube, but that's a free value exchange, and hopefully people see fit to say, hey, you know, we're gonna go through some of the affiliates to help them. So I want to talk to you about Comms 101. And this is going to be a multi-part series and for communication. And let me get a quick drink of iced tea here real quick. Sorry, this is my fourth recording of the day. So, comms. We need to think about setting up our comms plan. And starting with that is the basics. Now, your basics, and I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab something really quick because I do not have my props. We have to have props. And by props, I mean radios. Okay, so the first thing you need to decide on is what type of radio do you want? And I am a huge fan of cheap and affordable. The Baofeng. The Baofeng UV5R. I think there's a plus there. No, I had a 5R plus, but that one was actually stolen out of my truck. That's right. Along with this, my Cobra CB, that everything was in the microphone, so now I have a useless transmitter box. So the Baofengs are incredibly inexpensive. These are about $24 to $25 each. And yes, he is doing things on his computer. How dare you? Pay attention to the Patreons. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to remember the numbers and look at some of the prices here, and there's just certain things that pop up, and I can't keep everything everywhere. So your Baofeng, about $24 to $25. This is great, but first thing you're going to want to do when you get a Baofeng, replace this little antenna. I'm becoming more and more of a fan of the Nagoya, which I actually have on a different radio. We're not going to worry about that. This is the Nagoya. This is a pretty good antenna. I like this one. The Abri, which is a collapsible one, I had one of those for a while and it just broke. I got to order a new one because, yep, one is none and my chair is stuck. So one is none, two is one, but I only had one. So I don't have a collapsible antenna for my Baofeng, but I'm probably actually going to go with a totally different setup because my Baofeng is used on disaster relief. Problem. And this is where we're going to go with our first sets of upgrades. First thing you're going to upgrade is your antenna. Then you're going to upgrade your battery. Now, I don't care if you upgrade your battery to one of those ones that you had double A's or rechargeables, but you want to get the extended life battery. So there's two things right there you're immediately going to upgrade because, hey, I need the bulldozer moved over to site B. You have to stop what you're doing with your hands to key the mic. Okay, and granted, it could be here and you can just click. Now, so you're going to want to upgrade your antenna. You're going to want to upgrade your battery. Then you want to start looking into push to talk. So you want to get the push to talk. So this can be on your belt and you have the little push to talk mic here. There are two different types. There's one where the microphone and the speaker are right here. That is great. It's great for disaster relief. It's great for camping. Doing OP4 and doing tactical stuff and doing ops, which I do realize that a lot of mags and tribes and communities do that. And it is advisable that you do. You need to practice that. So if you're doing an OP4 and you're out there and, you know, you got your microphone, hey, we need you to move over and flank to the left. Your opposing team just heard you. So having the push-to-talk microphone speaker right here, not a good thing. Disaster site, perfectly fine. So there is a company out there, and I will link this in the description. It's going to be, it'll be the first ones there. Defense Distributors, they make a Baofeng mic kit. I use Howard Light Shooting Ear Pro. They actually have a system that velcros onto the side with a boom mic, and it plugs into the hearing and it splits and goes into your radio. So you can actually wear your bump helmet. You can wear your ballistic helmet that you bought because the Ukrainian, North Korean paratroopers are coming in. Actually, it's going to be the super zombie volcano militia. They're going to get you. You got to get that ballistic helmet out. Those of you that don't know the YouTube channel, we have a lot of fun with that. But if you're running a ballistic helmet in a disaster zone, it's mostly going to be a bump helmet or a SAR helmet. Okay, so they have Defense Distributors has that setup where you can do the plug-in, have the boom mic to your helmet. For those of you that are the Team Wendy fans, I like hard-headed veterans. So, totally different story. Antenna, battery, microphone setup. And I'm not going to tell you how to set up. That's up to you. You know your use. You know what you need to use. I have mine. I have multiple uses. After you get that set up, you're going to want to think about, especially on a disaster site, you're going to think about ways to recharge your radio. Have an extra battery, have a way to charge it. And that could be through Anchor batteries, USB type chargers, AC converters, anything like that. Got to have a way to recharge it. Okay? Then, once all that is set up, you need to know the next important step. And we will actually cover that in a totally different video, and that's going to be your frequencies and programming your radio. But after you get your Baofeng set up, you may want to look into upgrading. Don't get rid of your Baofeng, but upgrading to a different radio. I happen to have a Yaesu FT65. This is like the Baofeng, but on steroids. Much better quality, much better sound quality. About $85, I believe. And you might be able to find one fairly cheap. Go to your local ham radio outlet. They might have one on consignment for a lesser fee. Okay. So, and then obviously with this, you're going to repeat the same thing. Extra battery, push to talk, better antenna. Now, I did bring up that I was doing something different with my antennas. Now, Disco 32, they have tactical antennas. And the reason they have tactical and the words, they're tremendous. Yes, that was from Bear. I'm sorry. I will get my own tagline, honestly. But honestly, words, I can speak them. So Disco 32 sells vest-mounted antenna system. They're basically like little whips that you run through your clothes, and you're your own walking antenna. Not bad. You don't have to worry about an antenna flopping around. Even tactical, disaster relief, they work great. So I'm actually looking into setting up one of those systems. Now, some of your comms guys may be really into antenna building. They might be able to build you a whip yourself. I'm not too big on making my own antennas. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I'm not a comms guy. I push, talk, I do what I can. I have comms guys for that. I'm more of the medic guy. So, and I don't expect the comms guys to do as much medic stuff as I do. But I do have enough of an understanding to understand the importance of my comms, the importance of being able to make an antenna, but I leave that to the comms guys, plain and simple. So Disco 32 for your whip antennas. And based upon the geopolitical situation in America, sorry, that's an inside joke, because anytime someone says geopolitical, it means they're smart and you should listen. So when we look upon the myopic paradigms of the geopolitical situation of America, you're going to see the importance of having not one, but 2 radios. How's that for fun? And those of you that tuned out and didn't wait till the end, you missed all that fun. That's on you. So also with, I'm going to go to Amazon. So I don't have this radio yet, but I am looking at it. It's about $90. I'm not just going to drop $90 on a radio. I'm sorry. It is the Baofeng DM1701. It is a dual band DMR and analog. And for a Baofeng, it's been getting a lot of good reviews. So that's something I'm looking at. They'll probably have like the 2101 by the time I really decide to do something like that, because I got a radio. I don't go crazy at it. But those of you that want something, you might want to go with the $90 Baofeng over the $25 one. I say go with the $25 one, because the $25 is $25.57 on Amazon right now. Your Nagoya is $20.98, so you're looking at about 47, 21, 25. You're looking at 26 and a half, and then you're going to add another $23.99 for your PTT, and then another $19.95 to your battery. See how that adds up? Damn. Bezos' 5th yacht. That's how you get that stuff. Okay? That is your basic startup for your ham radio so that you can communicate. But I don't want to spend all that extra money. At least buy the extra battery and the better antenna. Give you better range. And there you go.
The temperature was 61. In Sydney, the
And
temperature
right
was
there,
58.
you can listen
The temperature was 63.
to Noah, the weather.
In Laramie, it was 58 degrees under mostly cloudy skies.
Ham radios are good, not just for communicating, but also listening. You just need those 2 things. You don't have to get all fancy. You don't have to become super tactical comms guy. But if you're going to do disaster relief, if you're doing comms, if you're part of a Guardian team, you're going to want the other setup. Okay? Something to consider. Thank you for watching Comms 101. Thank you for subscribing to my Patreon. And, oh, by the way, I actually have an HF radio as well. So I'm not just down to Baofengs or Yaesus. And I have a mobile in my vehicle. However, the head unit was stolen. Someone apparently needed it more than I do. But it's useless because I have the main part and they have the head unit. But they needed it more than me. Bless them. So I am the Wyco Nomad. You are watching Wyco Resiliency. Wyco Resistancy. No, Wyco Resiliency. The Comms 101 class. Thank you again, everyone. You have a wonderful night. And as always, watch your 6.